Here we go. It's time for Scoonie G's Daily Dose Podcast. Come on, y'all. Turn up. Who's with me? Yeah. Come on. Come on. On today's episode, we have Lori Tucker is in the house. So take me to 1984.
So when I came back from Europe the second time, it was 1984, and MTV had exploded while I was in Europe. And so when I came home alongside doing commercial interviews and print interviews and a little bit of TV, all of a sudden I started getting music video interviews.
Oh,
boy. I had thought, do you want to? So yes, I started doing some music videos and going on those
Tell
interviews.
me your first music video that you did.
Well, I thought it was one, but it's actually Diana Ross and Julio Iglesias, a song called All of Me.
So a couple of
Or All of You.
little known stars, like we're going out for video shoots for like local bands. Her first one is with
Diana Ross, the Queen.
Right?
The Queen. Yeah, that was amazing. And luckily I was, some people you do music videos with, you like them or you've definitely heard of them and their songs. But some of them, like to be in the presence of Diana Ross for me, I really had to hold my stuff together, because...
And is that video up online?
It is, but I was telling you earlier, there were a lot of dancers, and was shot at a big mansion with a pool, and so everybody's kind of dancing through the whole video, and the beginning of that music video was a shot of me, kind of standing like this in the entry to where the pool is. And it's since gone. They cut that part. I didn't even see that video for years and years. We didn't have YouTube at the time I shot a lot of these. So I did do a Rick James music video, and I did not see that till about maybe 7 years ago. And I shot it in the 80s.
And what's the name of that video?
That is called Lucy Rap.
That's the song we came out to.
That's the song we came out
to.
to.
So let's play a quick little clip of the Lucy Rap. Wow, that's an amazing video. Wow.
It was a fun one to work on.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you get to meet Rick James?
Oh, yeah. We shot, it's so funny. He wanted tall girls that was one of the requirements. And
Good job,
so
Rick.
I'm 5'11", and I was one of the midgets there, one of the smaller people. So, so we got to do a lot of different things in the video, and we shot at the Wiltern. And there was Roxanne was the rapper that came.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
Roxanne Shante.
He's Roxanne Shante.
Shout out to Roxanne Shante. So, I never met Rick James, but he just seemed like just a really sweet guy. And again, we talk about these temptations in the industry.
Yeah.
And, if a lot of times if you don't have the right circle of people around you,
Absolutely.
Things can happen. So rest in peace to Mr. Rick James. I definitely a big influence on my life.
Yes.
I actually saw a concert. Rick James, it was Prince and Rick James, and I don't remember
Wow.
if Prince opened for Rick James or Rick James opened for Prince. But I just remember back in Cincinnati, Ohio, that was an amazing show. So shout out to Rick James. Rest in
Yeah.
peace. So next video.
So the next one was a band that I was actually a huge fan of, and when I did go to Paris the first time, I had brought my Texas Instrument cassette player, and I brought two cassettes. I brought Deep Purple's Burn and Van Halen 1. And so, ran to Running with the Devil, and Jamie's Crying turned into Lori's Crying when I was homesick. And my roommates hated me because I played it nonstop. And I was in the living room because the other two rooms were taken by other models when I first got there. So I went on the interview. It was here in Los Angeles. I think it was on Wilshire Boulevard. It was to a casting person I'd been to before. And had to go in and do an improv. So
Which they don't do anymore now. You just shoot a video. You can use your cell phone.
Yeah.
And you send it in.
Self-tape. Don't like it.
I'm not crazy about that because a lot of times you have diamond in the roughs.
Yes.
And you may not see that on a small little clip, and then you could do a million takes until you got the right one right, and then you
Right.
send that one in. So I don't know. I mean,
Right.
the
And it's always nice having the casting director there directing you, you know,
There you go.
because they know what they want, they know what the client wants, and they're there to say, okay, this is what we want to see. At home, you don't really have that. They may give a little description there, but you can't ask questions. You can't.
maybe
you know.
it'll go back to that. Maybe they
I'm
just did
hoping.
it during COVID.
I'm
Because
hoping.
during COVID, you had to do it that way.
That's absolutely
But
true.
casting directors out there, go back to the live auditions.
Tape us. It's
So much better.
Jinx.
Oh, Jinx.
But yes.
Okay,
so,
cool. So then,
yeah.
and that video was for.
that Van Halen's Hot for Teacher, and
Oh my
that-
goodness! Let's just we got to stop here. Did you hear what she said? Van Halen. You know, I have my top 5 bands. Van Halen is in that top 5, and I've been to. Oh my gosh, I've been to no less than 12, if not 15, Van Halen concerts. My most notable one was the Friends and Family one that they did at the Forum. It was just a small grouping of people, and I got invited to that by my friend Curtis Williams, who is the musical director for Kool and the Gang. So Kool and the Gang opened up for Van Halen. You remember that tour?
Oh my! I am so jealous because it seemed like everywhere I was at the time when Van Halen was playing here, I was somewhere else.
Oh,
So, them being my favorite, one of my favorite bands, the only time I've ever seen them, besides spending 3 days with them, like a family, was the 2015 show at the Hollywood Bowl. Their last show,
I was at that
last
too.
concert.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, what a great show!
Yeah. Last time they played together with
Yeah.
Dave. Last
Yes.
time Wolfie played live with his dad.
Yes.
Last
All of that.
time last time Eddie played live.
All of that. Thank you to. I have to give a shout out. Thank you to Allison Roth, Dave's sister, who actually invited me to that. So I was backstage and got to hang out. Met George Lopez back there.
Love him.
Him and Eddie are really good. We're really
Right.
good friends. And what an iconic show.
Yeah.
And who knew that would be their last performance?
Right.
Rest in peace to the master, Eddie
Rest
Van
in
Halen.
peace, Eddie. What a wonderful guy he was too.
Wow.
Did not act like a rock star. Did not have an attitude. He was during the shoot. They were just like knuckleheads, like my brothers. They were just.
So you got the
Nice,
job.
goofy guy.
Take me through that day. Did they shoot that here in Los Angeles?
Shot it here in Los Angeles, John Marshall High.
That's in Pasadena, or
Well, this was the Burbank one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So shot over three days, and they utilized every part of that school. We shot in the cafeteria. We shot in the big, what do you call it? Auditorium.
the auditorium, and when the kids are walking down the stairs on the way out to get in the car with them?
Yeah, front end. We shot in the parking lot when Dave peels out in the car. I'm in the jail cell scene with all the young Van Halens behind, and it's the class dismissed
So the scene that we reacted when you first saw that,
Yes.
when she kind of did the walk across and she pushed
Right.
him down. She's in the video when she pushes the little kid
I
down.
push young Dave down.
Now, if you did that today, you would be
Get in trouble.
you'd be in trouble. Like all the rules and the laws nowadays.
Yeah, I think a lot of things and a lot of videos from back then would not fly.
would not fly these days.
But we're also the three girls that are the teachers.
Okay.
There's 3 of us.
We got to stop here
Yes.
because I was online doing my research.
Yeah.
Right? Because I like to research my guests.
Okay.
Let's just get to the truth here.
Okay.
Because I couldn't find the truth. Okay. How many women, not counting extras, how many were like main women in that
Teachers.
video? Teachers, yeah.
There are 3.
3.
The first one is blonde, Donna Rupert.
Donna Rupert.
And
Which was
she's-
her, what role was she?
She's the first one you see with the whole blue bathing suit on
Yes.
and the sash. And
Okay. She's the one that came
yeah.
out. She's
But
like,
she walks out in the classroom first with a skirt on and a white blouse,
Yes.
and she walks to the front of the class, and young David and Dave both go like that.
like, whoa.
And
teacher.
and then he does dance a little bit with her, and where he dips her.
Right?
But a lot of people think Lori Butler, who's the next teacher, she's considered the cafeteria teacher. If you watch in the video, Waldo's got his cafeteria tray and he's walking around.
Okay.
It doesn't look much like a cafeteria in her part. But she comes out and rips her dress off. And she's got short blonde hair too.
So that's not the same person?
Not the same person.
Oh,
but she's got
see?
like a whitish crop top on and the
Yes.
blue bottoms and a sash.
So I thought that
Different
was the
girl.
same person.
A lot of people do.
Okay.
Different girl.
There's the truth. There
Yeah.
we know. Now we
And
know.
then I am the detention teacher.
Yes.
My name on my call sheet's Wanda, so I guess I'm like a wicked Wanda. And of course they put stilettos on me. I have a lot of hair.
And you're
they put
already
a bunch of
5'11".
hair. I'm 5'11". I was like 6'3". And then they put another, like a fall on me with
Yeah,
more
your
hair.
hair is like that.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, let's show a little clip of that video right now.
Oh man, I think the clock is slow. I don't feel dirty. Class dismissed.
Wow, that's amazing. You did great in that.
You don't want to misbehave or you're going to get detention and the whip. So you're gonna
Class
get-
dismissed. Okay, so there's you,
Donna.
Lori Butler,
And Donna Rupert.
And see, I thought people were getting the name Lori Tucker mixed up with Lori
Well,
Butler.
Lori, I was Lori Garland at the time. That's my
Okay.
middle name, and that's what I used to model with and acting.
Okay.
Tucker's my married name, although
Okay.
I'm not married anymore. Tucker's my married name.
Okay.
So then there's a woman named Lillian Mueller.
I saw that.
okay.
So explain to Lillian
so that's
Mueller.
a little bit.
Wasn't she
we-
Playboy or something? Or?
She had been a Playboy. She's Norwegian, I believe.
Yes.
She's beautiful. Has a raging great body. But so does Lori Butler.
So do you.
So thank you. But in my old life and my old body. But so after they shot our scenes over the course of the 3-day shoot, I think what happened is that they needed extra footage of Lori Butler to fit into the video, to for the timing of the video and everything, because Lori rips her dress off. She dances where she's kneeling on
Yes,
the table
yes.
and dancing, and the boys are reaching at her. And
Yeah.
I remember her coming in. I got to watch a little of it, and then I remember her coming into the wardrobe room after and being a little embarrassed of dancing like that in front of such young kids.
In front of
You know?
kids?
Yeah, and then
And
one
the
of
kids are like-
one of the kids later tells that story very recently
Wow.
that he was embarrassed to do that, and he went to his mom and he said, "Mom, they're asking me to kind of reach toward her," and she said, "You go do your job."
So all of that, if it happened today, there would be like the police would be there, child protective services, and all-
Right, something like
something
that.
like that. But this is
So,
the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. At different times, and so I believe they brought in Lillian because after not even knowing that it was a difference, that it wasn't Lori the whole time, I can now see. They dressed Lillian in the same exact outfit, did her hair like Lori, and she's just doing a little more. She's going like this, so they never fully show her face, and
Wow,
she's kind of
the-
walking back and
The
forth,
magic
dancing on.
of editing.
Right. So that is Lillian Mueller was a body double. But
Wow.
she people do give her credit for being the whole part. And they think she's Lori Butler and Lori because there'll be articles and TV documentaries, and they will show who I know to be Donna and I know to be Lori Butler, and they'll say Lillian Mueller. I'm like, my God, that's not her. So I even messaged Grunge and I said, just to let you know.
So the Scoonie G Daily Dose podcast got the scoop from the person that was there and in the video. So, because I was wondering about this myself, and I'm a huge Van Halen fan.
I was shocked to find out that she was in it because she's not on our call sheet. She wasn't there any of our shoot dates, and all of a sudden Lillian Mueller's everywhere.
This isn't a secret. You won't get in any trouble for telling this story. Will
No.
you? Okay.
I mean, she's been on plenty of Howard Stern, plenty of shows saying that she is that teacher.
Okay.
Although she does not say she's a body double. No, I mean.
It's a little well, yeah, but yeah, it's kind of technically, yeah, it's kind of the line of body double.
Yeah, because it is Lori Butler. what's his David Spade went out with Lori Butler, and he tells the story of going out with Lori Butler from the Van Halen Hot for Teacher music video.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
not
now,
Lillian Mueller.
go back and watch the video and see. I'm gonna watch it again and like look at the bodies and see if there's any difference.
I mean, Lori Butler has an amazing body. She does not need a body double, so they just hired her because when they needed that extra footage, I will bet you anything Lori was busy and could not come back because a week after I was shooting, I was doing a week-long Airwolf episode. So, you know, we were working like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
What a great story. Well,
crazy.
thank you for like getting rid of all
Clarifying.
the rumors. We got the scoop here. My goodness. And what an iconic. Now, when you did that video, I mean, we already knew Van Halen was one of the biggest bands in the world.
Right.
But how would you ever, I mean, that video is just iconic.
It is, and it really, you know, I knew when we were shooting it and watching everything around, and you knew it was going to be cool because it was Van Halen. How could it not be?
Right.
But we really had no idea how iconic it would be. There's young people today, young musicians that say that's my favorite music video. Eddie's my
Same.
favorite guitarist.
Same.
You know, it's still iconic. It's
Still iconic.
One of
So actually, you know, of course the women, I love that part of the video. But my favorite scene is when Eddie has his guitar and he's on top of the table and he's just
In the
and a piece of
library.
paper actually even flies up and he's just like, and they cut it twice, right? And that's right before
He's
your
got little
scene.
Waldo at the end.
At the
one
end,
time.
right there, and man,
Yeah.
I thought to my, and the way they filmed it, it made him look like he was a little kid.
I know, it was amazing.
Amazing. Who was the director of that video? Do you remember?
They had Friedman. So another thing during that was that David Lee Roth, who was, you know, a lot of the creativity behind a lot of their
Brilliant.
you know,
Genius.
music videos
Yes.
and their look and style and
What was
things
that?
like that.
Pete Angelus was his partner. Was
Yes,
Pete Angelus
there's
at that one?
Angelus Friedberg, and one other person.
They used to call themselves the Picasso brothers, right?
Right.
The Picasso brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dave kind of took over directing. And I know the director was upset, and you know the grips and the ADs, and we're all talking.
But he could come back
they're
years
badass."
later and look at them and say, "That's why I took over."
Right.
Right?
But here's the thing. Look what we got. We
Look
got
what
one
you
of the most
got. I
iconic
mean,
music videos.
I'm telling you.
There's it says fan-made documentary now, and it's the making of 1984, and I have a little picture in it, and you see Dave, you know, like pointing and doing, you know, directing things.
Taking over.
Yeah, taking over. So, you know, I'm sure he was forgiven,
Oh yeah.
but at the time, yeah. So he's co-director
Yeah.
for sure.
Go to main director, but co-director title.
Right.
Supposed to be
Exactly.
lead singer of the band and like.
He's
stand.
not on the call sheet as director, but he was.
You know, I hear a lot about the same thing with like Madonna. I hear she has control over most of her images and her videos. I mean, some people
Taylor
just,
Swift, 100%.
Yeah, some people are just more comfortable doing it the way that they want to do it because
Right.
you don't want to come back later on and say, "Well, because the director wouldn't let me." No, do it the way you want to do it. You're the artist.
Right.
So artists out there, you know, don't be afraid to speak up.
Right.
Speak your mind. Maybe you'll have an iconic video like that one day yourself.
Absolutely. You know what you want. It's your product.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So, wow. And so, all the accolades that you've received now because of this role you did in a video, like,
You know, I have to say the Van Halen fans are an amazing community of people. And they're so close-knit and they're so passionate about Van Halen, about Eddie, about everything.
do a tribute. How come Wolfie doesn't do this? How come?
I know.
How come?
I know.
David Lee
Everybody
Roth,
was-
Sammy Hagar, Van Hagar. Which one? I see all because I'm a huge fan myself, so I
Right.
see all this stuff online. So recently, Vic Johnson, shout out to Vic Johnson, amazing guitar player, came up. Used to play with the Busboys. I don't know if you remember
Yes,
the
I
Busboys
do.
from
Absolutely.
the '80s. But Vic got this job with Sammy Hagar
Yes.
when Sammy Hagar was putting a band together. And we were all like super excited to know that Vic got that position and then later on joined with Michael Anthony and has been with those guys. So when they made the announcement that Sammy was doing, what is it called? Best of all worlds.
Best of all worlds.
Best of all
tour.
worlds. And without Vic, and everybody was like, "Where's
What
Vic?
happened?"
what happened to Vic? Joe Satriani
Satriani.
stepped into the seat.
Yes,
And I
he did.
I immediately got online. I said, man, what happened to Vic? You know?
Right.
So apparently, Vic will still be playing shows with the best of all worlds. So
Okay.
shout out to Vic, Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony, and Jason Bonham on
We are
drums.
so happy this is happening.
This is going to be an amazing tour.
So I got my tickets. I waited till 10 a.m. I got on there, and I just took any seats I could get to make sure I got them. And hopefully between now and next August, I can work it out to get a little better seats or something. But we're
Dude, once
just
they
thrilled.
find out
We're
that
thrilled.
you want to go, she's going to be like backstage. You know, she's so humble. She's going to be like right at the front of the stage.
I would love to be, but I'll take
Wow.
what I can get on
That's
this tour.
amazing.
Scoonie G's Daily Dose Podcast. Come on, y'all. Turn up. Who's with me? Yeah. Come on. Come on.